The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Coming live from the Bay, yeah, that way. They talk sports all day, LA. Dropping knowledge, high school, college, trying to score, play by play. NFL, NBA, NHL, that's right, you name it. They gon' bring it to you live. Talking sports and entertainment. From the famous and the you name it. Cover all sports from the
AAU.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Lecture TV. I'm your host and moderator, Farhan, aka WDC. I want to thank you for listening in. If you've been checking the social media, we got a hot show for you today. We got some Chasing the Hoop dreams. We got some sports highlights, conversations. Of course, we got some community outreach stuff. But before I introduce the deck, I want y'all natural observation from this story. A 70-year-old marathon runner committed suicide because they said that he cheated.
Which he did.
They said that he didn't know he could go off the course to go. He went to look for a bathroom, right? And so he said he went off course to go look for a bathroom, but he said he didn't cheat. But they marked him as one of the fastest times for the marathon for his age at 70. But then it came back that someone said that he actually cheated. Is how he got the fastest time.
He cheated.
So he went out and told his wife he was going to go for a jog. She was like, all right. So all the scrutiny from the media and all that about him cheating, he jumped off the Los Angeles the river.
Oh my God!
And committed suicide.
Was he black?
He should have just been learned how to swim, because you can't be cheating in sports, man.
So we talk about a lot of mental healthness and connected to life. So what do you think was going on? I mean, the media is a lot of pressure for folks, and to be scrutinized at 70, and it's not his first marathon. He's been known to run these marathons. But this particular one...
But my point, it has a rule. You cannot go off the beaten path of a marathon and then come back and win. Would you took an Uber somewhere? I mean, and it showed on the cameras that he was not physically where he was supposed to be. So that's just a rule. You just can't run a marathon and get off the path.
Okay, it depends. Like, was he cutting across the marathon and going to this bathroom, or was the bathroom like in the opposite direction? He probably if he went 2 miles farther, I feel like he could still win.
He should have wore a diaper. He wouldn't have had this problem.
But we were talking about this earlier. It's but it's all you get is a medal and bragging rights. You don't get it's not a paid gig.
But it's an accolade, right? It's an accolade, you know.
Which is true, but at the same time, people have to understand that majority of people might not be mental strong
enough.
You know. So with that being said, all the scrutiny that he got
from the media,
he must have took that in, and he took it to heart due to the fact that this is what he loves to do, and then for people to really get down on him because of something. Questioning his manhood, or maybe just questioning him. Period. He just probably took all that in.
At 70.
Okay, but let's look at a different perspective.
70 years.
Normally when people kill themselves, they feel guilty for something, right?
No.
Not necessarily.
I'm not saying not necessarily. It's never an all-case situation.
No. I mean,
but
we would never
say
know
two people killed
something. We're not in his brain.
Well, I'm just saying, people based on their guilt, they just take it out on themselves.
People commit suicide because they're not heard.
And they're hurting.
Right. They're hurting and they're not listening.
And maybe if
when I died last week,
maybe if they would have gave him a shot of being able to speak on it, express himself on how he felt about the situation, maybe he wouldn't have went off the cliff and went and
But
did
you know what?
It
It probably go back because you understand things from a different perspective. Childhood.
Oh, it's a whole lot.
Or the fact that him not winning is just collapsed because he's so used to winning.
And I feel like
maybe, but at the same time,
maybe in me. Why?
Because if you winning, you winning. That has nothing to do with mental. Has nothing to do with mental.
But you can say that he can handle the loss?
Not at 70.
Hold on. So here's the degrees for what it takes for a person to commit suicide. It takes these three things.
Okay.
It takes the willingness to want to die, the degree of the planning, and the kind of distress that they're in. If all those threes are connected, it's a wrap.
Well, he jumped, so it's a wrap.
Well,
so something was going on.
Probably just the majority. I wouldn't say the first two. I would just say more of the third one. A lot of scrutiny. And then for his age,
But you still gotta. We can take pressure, but you still gotta act upon it. Like you see what I'm saying?
So, it takes three. It takes all three.
If you don't have nothing else to live for, I mean, if this is what you do and you're 70 and this is what you love to do and you don't have nothing else and people take that from you.
Well, it's not.
So it got to be something.
He don't have enough power in his as a man.
It got to be more to it.
Can't nobody take it from you.
There's something else to it.
That's something. It has to be something.
It's something else.
But at the same time, but that's a lot of mental too. People have to understand. You have. I'm not sure if people realize it, but DeMar DeRozan and Kevin Love, they even have like their own little show that they're about to get ready to come out with, which is
their mental
illness and mental health. And a lot of people don't know what DeMar DeRozan go through on a daily basis.
Oh yeah, right, for sure.
Especially mentally.
But like I have a friend who's extremely suicidal, talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
But he's not. He don't have all the three versions.
Right.
It's not gonna. He has the gun, he has the bullets, but he haven't had the ability to point it at himself. You know what I'm saying? He's still dealing with the distress.
He doesn't have the willingness to die.
Right.
He's like, no, I can still live for something. I have something else that I can do. Which is kind of what you were saying about this is the only thing that he's living for, which is probably why you said that he's wanting to die.
At the same time, you have to have.
He was hopeless.
You have to have some type of mental toughness or mental strength to where you're able to look at life like, okay, I know I can be able to get through this.
Yeah.
Or I know I have something to live for.
He didn't have it.
So
something happened, and it's got to be beyond
he
this
had
marathon.
to. I mean, you have a wife. You have a wife that you know.
Probably got grandkids. It's a selfish act.
Yeah,
that's alone. Your wife alone is right there. You should be able to,
I just wanted to bring that out because I wanted your points of view on that conversation. To me, it was very sad to have a 70-year-old guy commit suicide based off of the pressures, and his wife talks.
And we'll never know what he was thinking when he took his own life. We'll never know.
That's the power of media, though. That's the power of media, too, though.
Right.
To scrutinize you and to create all these stories about you, one-sided stories, because they write the media for you to form your opinion, his opinion, and her opinion. So you look at one broadcast, and you got 4 opinions on one broadcast.
Well, I feel like social media allows you to write your own story. So, to be honest, he should have actually responded. And then it could have went viral.
They don't have a senior citizen chat thing.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't. Yeah.
I'm
So
sure
thanks for
Instagram.
for listening, tuning in. This is very important. Mental health is a conversation we definitely tackle here on the Sports Selective TV. I'm gonna go ahead and just pass the mic so everybody can introduce themselves because we got a lot of content to cover so far this afternoon. So go ahead, man. You ain't bringing.
Oh man, back on with my guys again. I'm Wesley Harris. I play basketball. I'm a photographer too sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So whatever the case may be, but God bless me with a lot of things. So I'm loving it.
This segment came about because.
But hold on.
Wait, I have a question for him now.
I understand, but can you at least call him by his new name?
What you calling him?
What's your new name?
You got a new name? I didn't hear about.
What's your new name?
We got the old school, the flow.
That boy was like at the BBL. Boy, he wasn't even touching the ground. He just
float.
You was floating So man, Cali Sportsman and I were having a conversation a couple weeks ago, and we thought he thought it would be a great idea to have one of our basketball players actually interview another basketball player. So what was your thoughts when Don approached you about co-hosting this show and doing an interview with us?
Oh man, it was different when he told me. I said, man, I wouldn't mind. I believe it would be a different opportunity for me, and just expressing and seeing what other guys is thinking about and what they going through with the basketball and the hoop dream. So, just trying to, do something different.
Yeah, you ready?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
All right, cool. We're going to see.
Well, I didn't really want to come in here and dunk on nobody. So, normally I dunk from a distance. So, like half court.
He's space jamming it.
Yeah, I'm space jamming. But no, I thought it'd be interesting because we've been doing hoop streams, chasing hoop streams for a while, and they're just getting kind of our perspective. And I thought, it'd be good. And a lot of it is really interesting because it's a non-biased perspective because they're telling us about a lot of similarities, like playing soccer or some of their challenges or the educational challenges or life challenges, But I think it'd be interesting to hear it from player to player because you guys got a locker room perspective. You might be signing.
Right.
You traveled. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of get it. It's like me, like for instance, this weekend I'm talking to someone about AAU basketball, but she's talking about girls, but it's the same thing. I'm like, I've done AAU with youth kids, you know, so it's like you kind of know the language.
But sometimes some people might not be able to open up to you, but at the same time, I don't know how, but sometimes I'm able to get to the players that I play with, you know what I'm saying, due to the fact of what I've been through, so I know I can be able to elaborate, or I know I can, coexist with some of the guys that I,
just a
play
different
with.
Perspective.
And I agree because I feel...
I play checkers, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying because I feel that when I did my military show, Trench Talk, I felt that it'd be best for a female veteran to interview a female veteran because the connectedness, the relating would be different than me as a male asking the female about her military experience. So
which is true, but you gotta also have that type of connection to where you can be able to talk to player. I mean, or someone that you're close to or something like that. Because not everybody can be able to talk like if me and my guy, if he play ball, we can't be able to coexist, you know what I'm saying? Just in case he might not open up to me.
Right.
But he might be able to open up to somebody else.
But y'all here to tell your damn story, so you come here and you tell Wes what he needs to know. You understand me?
So we're gonna try that in a few minutes. So I'm glad you got prepared. You got papers or something.
I'm right off the dome.
Cool.
Right off the dome.
I appreciate it. You got
right off the
dome.
All
right. Nice.
Please, ma'am, introduce yourself to the
we didn't know who you were, but it's okay.
You know who we are.
My name is Delilah Outlaw, of course.
Don't forget a Beyonce mommy.
Honey, yes, honey. I'm back and I'm better. Last week I was MIA. You know what I'm saying?
Not Miami.
Hello. That's what basic bees, okay?
For sure.
I'm a queen bee, so I don't go to Miami, okay? We don't do that. But, yes, I'm back and I'm better, and I'm here with my boys, and I'm a model. I'm an actress. More importantly, I'm a motivationalist. So that's what I do. That's what I'm about. We're going to have a segment coming up later when I get that together. Just be on the lookout for that.
Cool.
Yes.
So we're going to take this first break because we got our guests is here. Yeah. And so we're going to get right into Chasing the Hoop Dreams, man. You're not going to be by yourself. We're going to support you.
Most definitely.
And then,
I'm not supporting you.
Yeah, she's going to be in the audience.
I ain't even watching. I'm just saying.
So we're going to take this quick break. Again, we got the Chasing the Hoop Dreams segment coming up. We got some community outreach coming up. And also we got Double R with the sports highlights.
Highlights is bananas.
We stepped it up a little bit. You're going to like it, so check it out. Sports Lecture TV.
Definitely.
Make sure you go to social media at Sports Lecture Media and Facebook as well. Shout out to What's the Count. We'll be right back.
AskAlien.com. Media marketing experts here to help you grow your business into the next level and boost your sales. Visit us to learn more. AskAlien.com.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rep.
Yeah, so my name is King Q. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles, California. I'm an empowerment speaker. I'm a youth advocate. and I'm a host. I do a multitude of different things. Event producer, spoken word artist. Got to plug that as well. So
so it's good to have these organizations that are creating events that are organically to be able to get people to socialize, to communicate, to talk. Where do you get all that mental toughness?
For me, it's been learned throughout trial and error. To be honest, about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, I made a decision, and I said I don't want to do anything that's not in alignment with my purpose. In order to reach purpose, you have to go through trial. So for me, I just learned to embrace the trial, and for me, my trial, my rock bottom was homelessness. So that gave me a whole nother level of mental toughness.
Voice out west, legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked. Cali Sportsman. WDC is now.
We back, bro. You gonna say something?
Wow. If you know me back, then why don't you say something?
Because you like saying stuff all the time.
I'm over here.
I'm quiet.
Getting the show together.
I'm the bashful one on this.
All right, well, no, he ain't quiet.
This is what happens when you lie.
He messed with Golden State, so you know how they get
exactly.
Yo, we found the college, boy.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you though. I was
it's over for them.
Hold on.
I was a proud bandwagon. I ain't gonna.
Oh man, we got another one.
I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all say that on air, Mark.
Oh
man.
I'm not a bandwagon for no Warriors.
You a Clipper fan? That's a bandwagon. He's a Clipper fan. You know you sitting next to
I'm a Chauncey Billups.
At least he was loyal.
I'm a Chauncey Billups fan. Hold on. I'm a Chauncey.
At least he was loyal.
Wes go to church on every day of the week.
I'm a Chauncey Billups fan. I'm a Chauncey Billups fan, and he played for the Clippers, so I followed Chauncey wherever he played.
So you
played
like
for the Pistons previous.
Exactly.
So
I'm a Pistons fan
that's your
too.
story, right? With LeBron, right? You're not really a Laker fan, but you down with the Lakers because Bron is there.
For sure.
Okay,
Lake Show business.
Yeah, no, that's him. I'm a Laker fan to the core.
Wait a minute, but how do you go ban?
No, hold on. Let me tell you.
Y'all loyalty is all screwed up.
No,
it's no loyalty. Like, I was there during the Robert Sacre days, you know what I'm saying?
But see, it's a difference between being a fan and a fanatic.
That's true.
And
you know this.
I'm a fanatic.
See, I'm just a fan.
No, I'm a true
fan. Some people are fans of the players and not the uniform, so you got to mix it.
So I look at it, everybody's experience in sports is different. Exactly. So my thing is that as a kid, I lived in Oakland. I went to Warrior games.
That's the problem.
So I didn't know nothing else. As a kid, I went to Raider games. I didn't know anything else.
That's a cold thing.
So how do you feel about them moving to Las Vegas?
I'm a little disenchanted just because of the city it's from.
Right.
It takes away from the city. They, when they came here to LA, it took away from the city they from. My thing, I think, and that's probably the way my perspective is different, is because the loyalty is based on where you from, where you grew up, because that's how I learned. I played baseball,
You an A's fan?
See,
A's Stadium.
We need to do a segment about him so he could talk about his glory,
Oakland Times.
His Oakland Time fan.
We'll call that the Oakland Times.
We're going to do a day in the Bay.
We ain't even about
Oakland Times with Illy.
Yeah.
But it goes to show that there's a mix, though. Like, you a LeBron fan. He's a bandwagon jumper.
So why were you?
I'm loyal.
Let's find out.
Man,
Oh,
how did you become a bandwagon fan of the Warriors?
Well, really, it's only in the playoffs, to be honest, because my squad obviously wasn't doing nothing in the last six. So who am I root for?
Okay.
And Steph Curry's coming hot out, so I was like, all right, let me just rock with them.
Was it a West Coast thing, maybe?
No. There was definitely a Curry thing for sure.
So he's a Curry.
But I also like Clay, so both of them was just killing it, and then. It was a bonus that Bron was losing.
That's legit.
Because who want Cleveland to win?
That's legit.
So
he said playoffs.
That's just what it was. But regular season, I'm for sure. Like, if they had to say, like, Lakers versus Warriors, it wasn't even a doubt. Like, we Lakers all the way.
Wow. So, it's playoffs.
All the way. But playoffs, for sure. I'm rocking out that Warriors flag,
I just couldn't do it.
Strength in numbers, all that.
If it ain't Lake Show, I can't do it.
Lake Show, though, that's what I'm at.
I just can't root for you.
That's what I'm at.
So, this is the Chasing the Hoop Dream segment. We're going to get started. We asked.
I wore this hat for just this reason.
I know, obviously. Y'all done. Y'all had y'all nice run.
Not done. It's a new stadium.
I should have grabbed your LA hat, bro.
It's done.
I should have grabbed the LA hat.
So, Chasing the Hoop Dreams. We asked Don and I. We talked with Cali Sportsman, and you were selected to
shout out to my man Don.
Shout out Don. He a real one.
Co-host. We're gonna definitely acknowledge Don, but Wes. This is going to be kind of you for the first few minutes. I'm going to just sit back, kind of like guide the conversation. Let you just do you, man. So let's go.
Oh, man. Appreciate the time you guys is giving me. But Yeah, Mark, how did you start playing basketball, man? What made you want to start playing basketball, or when did it start for you?
I was young, like 3-4 years old. Like,
motherfuckers wasn't even walking. Talking about they playing basketball.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. My auntie actually taught me how to play ball. We was watching Shaq and Kobe, and I'm like, hold up, they jumping real high. Like, I want to do that. So you couldn't tell me nothing. I had the arm sleeve, the little leg sleeve, the big old Kobe, the Adidas Kobe's, all of that. So it was from then. Actually, down the street, up on Marlton.
So what like, when did you know you really fell in love with basketball? Like, you knew this is what I really wanted to do, just right off this.
Definitely, like, when, like, you in class, you ball up that piece of paper and you shoot that fade away and just Kobe, like, that's when you know it's real. That love is real. That's it right there.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And I noticed I was faster than a lot of people, so I was like, I could just run by folks and just score, so it's not even a thing. Like, I could just do whatever. Like, it was just fun.
I seen you do your first season at Los Angeles Trade Tech. You know, how did that go?
It went well in the beginning. Like, it was all, you know,
I think we got that picture, too.
Over it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it was all love. Like, and I was just blessed, honestly, because I bounced around from, like, SMC to West LA, and it was always, like, the runaround. So when I finally found a place, I was like, we could really use you, and there's no nonsense going on. I was like, I'm all for it.
But let's talk about the nonsense, because that's the whole chase, right?
Right.
Because you're dealing with the politics of a coach, you're dealing with the politics of a team. How do you fit in? We know chemistry is very important in the game.
Huge.
So what was the politics?
Well, the first barrier you got to break down is you got to get the coach to be on your side on some level, because you're already at a disadvantage if he didn't recruit you. You're already at a disadvantage if it's a winning program and he didn't recruit you. And then on top of all that, let's just say you bypass all that, then you got to get on the team, then they have to like your game, or else they can really, like, blackball you and not give you the ball and not put you in the position to win.
Which is true.
So,
That's 5 pieces.
Wow.
Yeah, just to get in.
And that's just to get in. That's not even actually doing your thing when you get in.
So if you took that same perspective, that's almost going to, like, a park that you've never played at, nobody pick you up, and then a team pick you up and y'all win, you know what I'm saying? And then you lose, and then you the one was doing the scoring, and they like the Ross team.
Yeah, we want
him, right? So it's kind of this earned respect type of thing in basketball.
But it's only different because there's no coach. Like, when you go to the pickup, like, I could go out and it could be like me and 4 bums, and if I kill it, I know for sure that I'm gonna get on the next game. I don't have to wait. It's cool. But I could kill it in the gym, and coach would look at me like, yeah, that's cool and all, but we're not looking for that. And he'd tell you to go home.
I'm gonna give it back to Wes, but I just do, when we talk pickup, was it a crew you went with? Because back in my day, it was a crew. We went and just hammered everybody.
Gotta have at least 2 of the homies with me. Like, I don't just go out and... Because I like to win. So there's no way I'm going to go out with just 4 random people and then...
You go sit.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, which is true.
Especially if you want to get a good run. Like, I'm not trying to play against, like, just the neighborhood people. I'm trying to really, like, hoop. And you're not going to win if you just sit in there, like, with 4 bums and then expect them to know what you know. Like, your IQ is different than theirs. And they probably don't even care because it's the gym. So I'm trying to win all day. I don't want no breaks. I'm trying to go.
Which is true. That's my man. Which is true.
Yeah, that's not.
Man, talk about some of the struggles that you had, man. Just trying to, make sure you're trying to chase your hoop dreams and stuff like that, and some of your goals that you want to achieve.
Definitely, the struggles would be finding my actual identity, like on and off the court. So, like, on the court, I always thought, I could do this, I could do that. But then when you start to break it down, it's like, what are you really good at?
You got to specialize in one thing.
Absolutely. Of course you want to, make your weaknesses your strengths, but then you definitely have to have your strength where, like, this is my go-to. This is, everybody knows what I'm about to do.
Left hand.
So with that perspective, we talked about discipline earlier. Whose discipline was you watching on the TV to build your game about?
Or was it coming from the household?
Who was you?
I think it's a little bit of both, because...
Was Auntie still around?
Auntie's always around.
Most definitely.
Shout out to my but really, it was me personally. Like, it was just the mindset that I had. So all the tools was there for me. I just wasn't, like, ready to pick it up.
What were you dealing? What do you think was going on?
Honestly, it was just a lot of me being selfish, to be completely honest. Like, as far as I want to do things my way, and that's just it. And
so would that be considered uncoachable, in a sense?
Not necessarily in a basketball way, though.
Okay, not in the basketball.
Like, off the court.
Yeah, because you talked about being your
right. So I can carry what I know on the court, and then you tell me whatever, and I can incorporate that. That's cool. But off the court, I would bring that on. So I'm got an attitude about what my mom said 2 hours ago, and I'm hot. So as soon as the coach say something, it could come off crazy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or as soon as a teammate say like, "Yo, you should get back," it could come off crazy, and that's my man. And I'm hot.
So we equate that to mental toughness.
Absolutely.
So then where did you develop your mental toughness initially? Who do you contribute that to?
Auntie.
Nah. I'd have to say definitely my mom a lot.
Yeah.
Because she was always the one in my ear. And then I was like, yeah, like I'll get to that later.
Right.
So then I kind of like focus on that. And then honestly, I have to really give the credit to my niece. So like she was like getting into like a whole bunch of like trouble in school. And I'm telling her, like, yo, like, you wasn't getting in trouble like I was getting in trouble. So, like, let's just keep it cool. And then I'm looking at her telling her this, but then in my life, I'm not doing the same things I'm telling her.
So does that support system really help you in the long run?
Oh, absolutely.
Most definitely.
But I also have to be receptive to it.
Yeah. Right.
Because all you guys could be here supporting me, but if I'm not ready to, receive it and put it in my life, then y'all just, wasting air.
I mean, that's kind of a military type of deal, too, right? So how does that reflect what he's saying from a military perspective?
Because when you join the service as a civilian, you got your own 18, 19-year ways of being. Mm-hmm. And then you join the service, the way that they train you and the way they break you down, your brain clicks. And when it clicks, it's a wrap. It becomes a routine.
Automatic, but like he said, you would have to be willing and wanting to do that. So if you're willing and wanting to do that,
when you sign up in the military, when you sign up for it.
Right.
It may not be what you expected.
It's a lot of people that sign up, but they're still not ready for that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Just mentally.
Yeah,
so
just mentally. Oh yeah, we've had guys cry. They ain't been away from their mama.
Right.
And they sneaking to get on the phone, and when everybody gets in trouble, it's not an individual.
Because the first 8 months, once you get in, you have no phone, no nothing.
Right.
So trust me, I know.
If he got in trouble, we all in trouble. So then we took care of him.
Right.
So it didn't happen.
And that's kind of the same thing in basketball. So if you got a guy not running and the coach say, okay, he give you more reps, more laps, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's still becoming that collective team effort that's everybody gets punished.
Yeah.
See, the difference, though, for me personally was I can, like, basketball obviously is my dream. So I can easily switch and be like, okay, like we can get this together. Let's really gel and become a team. So right out of high school, I'm like, cool. Like if I can get on any team, that'll just give me the opportunity, at least in practice, to show that I can go out there and play. So, right, then I can make it work. But
most definitely.
A lot of times, and Wes know if they don't recruit you, they'll tell you like, we already got like 4 or 5 6-foot guards. We don't need another guard. Now, if you 6'4", 6'5", we could work with you. You can walk in anywhere.
But it works like this. I got 4 guards, right?
Right.
Are you shooting, stealing, distributing the ball? And then it's about what they need.
I always
then it's about what they need.
I tell them all, separate yourself from everybody else.
Right. There you go.
We dancing around. We dancing around the subject. We dancing. So I'm going to ask straight to. What was you dealing with? You haven't mentioned no pops, so what was you dealing with? So was something going on that,
like I said,
had you dealing with
it was a me thing. Because my pops jokes on me all the time. He's like, you're pretty spoiled. Yeah. Like you spoiled. Like you get sent to school. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't really have nothing like this is such a hard thing in your life.
Right.
All the hardships that you have are like self-created. Like, you and your girlfriend, you
finding himself.
You know what I'm saying? You doing whatever it is you doing, this is on you. Yeah. So you got to dig your way out of this.
Yeah.
So everything started to click when I was like, man, I'm too negative in life, to be honest. Like,
and I got everything
was just so negative. Like, I'm like, man, why doesn't this happen for me? Like, why doesn't this blah, blah, blah? Instead of just being like, I'm blessed to be here.
Yeah.
So now, this is my situation. How do I get out of it? Yeah. How can I work around what I've done? Like, okay, I've been messed up to you, and you.
Yeah.
How can I now, like, mend these relationships?
How did you correct them?
Positivity.
Yeah.
And literally none of my friends, like, even to this day, was like, what? Positivity? Like, you're not going to... That's crazy. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, I can really be positive and they're like, but will it be genuine? That was the whole thing. Because it's like, I've seen you do this, that, and the third.
And it's crazy when people see change, but they think you're supposed to be the same always.
Because they look at positivity as a word.
Yeah. Right.
Not an action, not an actual feeling.
A way of being.
You know what I'm saying? Or a way of being. Just like when you always talk about, like, veteran, it's just like a term.
Yeah, it's like a term.
It doesn't mean anything. So what you do is you give the positivity a presence and a feel that's why they want to know if it's a genuine, because you got to remember most people are used to being lied to.
Yeah.
So when you come off trying to be cool, it's like, well, is it a hidden agenda?
And that's really what it was. It was like, okay, how long are you gonna be positive then? Like, how long are you gonna keep this positivity up? And I'm like, nah, like this is gonna be the whole year mantra. So I went so far with it, like the T-shirts. I'm talking about, like I'm rocking it. I'm letting everybody know. Any Instagram post, positivity 2016. Like, oh word, you got attitude? It's all right, brother. We gonna get it positivity.
We gonna make sure we good. Yeah,
people were so angry, and I'm like, you're mad at my positivity? Like, I said, okay, y'all gonna come around. Y'all gonna come around. And as soon as positivity hit, bam, I was getting like different opportunities, and then of course sneak back into it's kind of positive now. Let me see if I can get away with something. Yeah. As soon as I try to get away with something, right back. So now I'm like, all right, well, 2017. Not only am I going to add the positivity, I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to add something else to it. So every year from 2016 is just building. So now I feel that it saved me personally because I went through, I guess, my hardship early. But it wasn't really like something where like I was in jail or I
basically
did something crazy.
you seen what you needed to work on and you worked on it and you build on it from there and there.
Absolutely.
And there.
Still work in progress, don't get me wrong.
The mind is a trap, bro. Easy.
Most definitely.
Easy.
Most
Easy.
definitely.
And you saw your way and you saw how your parents were and talked to you and you, like you said, that's that you was able to internalize it and figure it out yourself.
Absolutely.
And start that path.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's big time.
And that's kind of big. That's kind of big that you still have both of your parents right there in your life. And, you know, some people don't really have their parents in their life to where they can be able to, you know, find themselves and stuff like that, you know. But
I mean, you hear the story about, I understand the significance of parents being in your life, and I think the balance is great. But sometimes when you chase in certain scenarios, that's where the dons come in and other people that are really not a parent, but they're part of that village helping you get to that goal. You know what I'm saying? That's the interesting, because sometimes your family can be more detrimental to you than being positive.
Which is true.
How did that positivity transition when you started playing in the P4E? Because I know that's...
Well, believe it or not, last year, I didn't like P4E, but it had nothing to do with them as people. It was just the competitive nature. So whenever we play against them, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to kill them. Like, that was the whole mindset. But then, like, when I see them outside, they're giving me so much love. Like, yo, like, you did that. Like, I mean, it was on us, but you did that. So I was like, what? I'm about to match that. So whenever, like, I got on the team on accident, they were already playing. Like, my team had dropped out, and I showed up that Sunday, and Nick was like, you want to run with them? I'm like, these all my homies. Like, of course I'll run with them. Ran, got a jersey, played the second half. And that's kind of how it worked.
Which is true.
I showed up just to say what's up to them.
We had a game, I believe, in, I believe it was at, kind of like close to Venice. I'm not too sure what they call that little cage right there. But I believe I came to the game late or whatever the case may be. And they're up a little bit. And my man, he came to me, he said, man, you brought that energy we needed, man, as soon as we came in. But it's just the positivity that we all bring to each other. Yeah. That's really contagious, and a lot of people don't really can match that.
I mean, you know,
especially when you have at least 6 or 7 guys with that same positivity,
and they all want us to win. Like, everybody's like, "What you hot? Well, we going right to you." Like, everybody's on a made basket, going crazy. Like, I mean, it's only 2 points.
I seen it first. I mean, float. I mean, when we was at...
we getting to float now.
Yeah,
float.
That's his new name. That's his name. Float. And you seen him, right? His feet don't even touch the ground, right? Float. He got a hat. The hat is turned back. You know what I'm saying? Right? He's floating. He ain't by you. But what I wanted to get at is, it is, man, it's like, you know, to been in basketball as long as I have... When I was at the VBL that weekend, you could see their attitude, you know, because I'm just watching, like, then their attitude on the court, it just matches. You know what I'm saying? It's like off the court, hey, what's up, homie? How y'all doing? You eat? You good? Here, you want to wear these shoes? And, just all this cohesiveness. And then you look at the other team, it's discombobulated. They not really talking to each other. And these guys is high-fiving. Game ain't even started. They got to go through 2 games before their game even start. And they build this off-the-court camaraderie that's, man, like you said, it's contagious when they get on the court because they're all supportive.
More like a family, man.
And it's based on rebounds. When you see them all go to the rebound, come on, man.
Did you have any spiritual background before hanging out with P4E? Because I know they bring that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. My mother is huge in the church. Like we need to go every Sunday. Like
got a tambourine and everything.
All of that. Going
and
crazy.
I'm sure she loves that the thing Don has going on, which is the P4E, and it's in the church ministry and stuff like that. So I'm sure she loves everything about that.
Love it. Like she go there, like she's one of those people like she want to sit in the front row. Like she want to get there like 20 minutes before service start. Like we are there, and I'm like, all right, Mom, look. We ain't gotta do this every week. She's like, nah, I don't care what you say, how you feel, you grown, whatever, cool, but we going. Like that's the type of flow she on. What I'm gonna say. Like, I'm not gonna say no. All right, cool. Get on my little.
What are you chasing? What's your chasing hoop dreams? What are you chasing?
I'm trying to get paid. Like that's just really what it comes down to. Like basketball is great. I just don't like playing for free anymore. So whatever I got to do to not play for free, I'm trying to go. So if it got to be trade tech to then get me there, or I can go right now. Like. I'm ready. Like that's just
Uber. But even when you're getting paid, would you still feel the same way? Even when you're getting paid to do it, or would you still feel
24 years for free, chasing to try to get paid?
Because it's a lot of guys.
But have you been paid yet?
No.
So he don't even. You can't even answer that question because then it's a whole different sentiment when you're getting paid.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it is, right?
I mean, which is
because
true,
it becomes a business because you can get paid and not paid based on your ability and what they're looking for, right?
Which is true. Which is what I've been through too. I've been paid doing it too, but at the same time, you still got to keep that love for the game that you started from when you didn't get paid. You know what I'm saying? That just makes it even better.
So let me ask. So for me, being paid is generic. That's a term. What is it like when you're saying getting paid? What is that for you?
Nipsey Hussle money, man.
No, I mean
Nipsey Hussle money, man.
I'm not talking about even amounts. I'm not even talking about the amount of money. I'm talking about everybody's success looks different. Mm-hmm. So what does that success looks like for you?
Well, first and foremost, I just want my people to be comfortable. So once that is there, then we can start talking about X amount of dollars. Yeah. That's just long as my people are comfortable, that's solid enough for me. Because I feel like, me personally, I've dreamt about playing on the highest levels since I was, a little kid, that the moment isn't really what gets me. It's I'm there, now I get to show, like, okay, I earned my way, I got it out the mud, I can do this. Yeah. So for me, it's not like if somebody says, like, they'll offer me, like, $10,000 or $20,000 to sit, I'm like, for what? Like, you don't knock it. Like, I really take your whole starting lineup out. Like, I'm not trying to just be here with a jersey and look cute for Instagram. Like, nah, that's out. I'm trying to play. Yeah. So that's what it really is for me.
Which is true.
Like, so overseas, you ready to go overseas?
Ready. Today. Passport ready.
Uber to Dubai.
I'm ready.
Passport ready.
Uber to Dubai.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
What have you put in place to have that accomplished?
See, that's the part of the game that I'm still trying to educate myself on. Okay. Because obviously I came into it real late. Like you said, my first season in JUCO was this past season. Yeah. I turned 24 in February. Yeah. So I'm way behind the curve. So I'm trying to...
Like 3 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to educate myself to where it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So... I have some people like that they've played overseas, and I just try to get a little game for them. Like, okay, like how do I enter myself in this area? How do I go?
But Wes, we all have heard from different folks like Adam and
right. Yeah, shout out to Adam out here killing.
Shout out to Adam, man. My boy out there, he out there Thailand killing, man.
We got
shout out to my guy
Hirsch. We've had his flavor of it going overseas, and we got Smooth J. We got which he went over to Africa?
Africa,
yeah. So, and you played. I mean, it's like it's tough. Like it's really because you got the two pieces. Like it's agent, no agent piece. So, what advice you give this guy?
Just, man, the great advice I can give anybody is just try to separate yourself from everybody else. Like I always tell people, starting, especially in these days right now in basketball, you can't just go out there and just think you're going to be able to play and then think you do because your game is up to par and that they want you. No, separate yourself from everybody else, meaning if this is what it's going to take for me to get right here, then I'm going to have to go out here and go play this little defense. I'm going to go out here and go get these little rebounds. It's the little things that these coaches, they look for in the intangibles, but mostly they look at your body language. They look at how you carry yourself on and off the court. Yeah. They look at all of that.
So would you tell him to take that 10,000 and put the jersey on and work his way up to that level, or just wait until
only if he's ready and willing to do it? I mean, which is okay. You could be willing to do it mentally, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to go out there too and separate yourself from all the rest of the other guys.
Yeah.
So if you behind the 8 ball, knowing that okay, I got you 6'3", I'm 5'11", that means I got to work extra hard on the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? Because things that you can do, I might not be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Height wise, you know what I'm saying? So
because that's what basketball about. They consider higher, taller, better. Which is not always the case because goes back to what Wes was saying. If you specialize in something, even being shorter, then they can't do nothing but look at you. Yeah. So if you're a hell of a defender, or you a hell of a ball distributor, you know what I'm saying, or you non-selfish play, or you show great leadership ability on the court, or you got great IQ, that's what he's talking about. That separates you apart from just being out there and being part of the other three guys.
I done seen guys get contracts just off being a leader. Just off being, he can run this team, or he can keep these guys in order. That way I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying, do the extras with that. I need him on my team because he can keep these guys in order. He can be able to, you know what I'm saying, maintain them.
Kind of get the chemistry.
So what would you say to the teams that are watching? What would you tell them that sets you apart?
Definitely a leader. I feel like when I get on the court, I definitely command a presence. And
yes, he does.
And I for sure can score the basketball. That's just what it is. Like, there's times, though, that they be getting on me because I be a little too unselfish. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, like...
Overpassing.
Yeah, because especially with our team, it gets real friendly. Like, it's like you see somebody, like, get an alley-oop dunk. Now, the vibe isn't like, we need to go out there and kill them. It's like, okay, let's see... What the next play is, you know what I'm saying?
Instead you got Buddha on your team.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We have so many minds. Like, don't get it twisted. This man could go out there and give you 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've watched this man, even like coming straight out of high school. I watched this man give like
Float
2-3 teams
I'm
40.
A new fan, Float. I'm a new
fan. Not a 30 bucket, a 40 bucket.
Can you autograph my water? You know what I'm saying? I Float to get
like,
off.
So you got Wes. We got T. Will. He's 4-time VBL MVP. Mm-hmm. We got Buddha. That man's a 20-20. We got
at 40 years old.
You know what I'm saying? You got Shoney. He jump out the building. You got Adam. He doing his thing right now. I can score. So sometimes
LOB play with you guys too.
And the black Italian, you got the female.
Oh yeah,
I'm so sorry. Come on. Don't hate me. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Alicia. Shout out to Alicia.
She's coming up on the show in a minute too.
She's super dope. So we got so many like positive personalities that can go out there and give you a bucket or take over a game. Yeah. So you kind of get lost in the sauce, you know. Like you're like, sometimes I want to watch this person do it, but then sometimes you're like, no, like I got to go out here and assert myself.
What would you say is missing in your game? And not right or wrong or good or bad, but like what's missing? Is there something missing?
I would have to say for sure, staying engaged. For sure, because sometimes I'm like, all right, we up 10, we can sneak a few like chill out moments. You know what I'm saying? We could switch this one time and then because we can always make
that. And that's that's the difference when I say you have to separate yourself. See, that's why when I go out there, I try to tell guys you got to try to stay at it because that's how I am. I don't take no plays off. I'm not gonna never take no plays off because you never know what can happen. If we up 10, if we down, you know, don't get me wrong. Three defensive stops. You got a whole new game. It's a whole new ball game.
And once again, playing with these dudes, it's so easy to be like, all right, we're gonna take a couple plays off because usually we up like 10, 15 anyway.
Which is true because I have guys. They tell me, they said, man,
3-point line and 3-point line. Oh, okay.
They be like, Wes, you gotta slow down. You gotta slow down.
I interviewed some high school football players with Robert Lamar, and I asked one of the guys, I was like, when you out there on the field, what are you thinking about? He said, I'm thinking about going to In-N-Out after the game. I'm like, where you at? I'm like, what?
Because sometimes, honestly, it gets easy to a point. So like, there's times where you can go out there, you know it. I'm about to really serve this dude right now. Mm-hmm. And then you hit him with that one bucket. You like, what? This light. I don't even need to do nothing crazy. And we already up, so it's easy to just get lackadaisical. Then next time you blink, you only up 4, and you like, all right, it's gonna turn it on.
He might not have seen because I done been in a game where I done got my butt whooped, man. Yeah. I mean, dude he just had that day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But ever since that day, I've always told myself I can't be behind the 8 ball. I can't just not keep playing. Yeah, I gotta keep playing and staying engaged is more important than doing a turnover or doing anything else. You have to be focused.
Sometimes the VBL looks like it's showtime, though. Sometimes it looks.
I mean, which it is. It is showtime, but at the same time, you have to think at the end of the day, we got to go get us a win.
It's showtime for them though, because there's probably maybe 4 or 5 teams that play like y'all play, that's been playing together for a long time, that's got that cohesiveness.
Everybody hates Chris' team.
You know what I'm saying? Then the other ones are just players. Right. But I guess my question would be is that, I mean, you here to promote yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's all about your specialty in this sport. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The thing is, we were talking earlier about development versus cut and paste. You could be put on a team, based on their need, you know what I'm saying? But you specialize in something that could be beyond their need.
Absolutely.
So, Wes and yourself, I would ask, what is it you guys specialize in?
Oh, man, my first mindset is defense. I mean, that's just first thing I'm coming, because I already know what I can bring to the table on offense. So my first thing on defense is just, if I can give me a couple of stops real quick, that's going to change the game right there. Because a lot of times, a lot of dudes are not ready for a guy to be all up in his face.
Right.
That's uncomfortable.
So when you walk on the court,
especially in the beginning of a game.
Right.
So when you walk up,
shook back.
When I used to go to the gym and play, you see who's gonna guard you.
Right.
Like, what do you? I used to tell myself, you know what, he can't guard me, so I'll just play my game and not worry about, like, how do you take your focus off of you, what you got to do, and put it off on them, like.
It automatically
intimidation. I'm like talking intimidation. Like, what are you telling yourself? You gotta go pick up this guy.
Not necessarily.
You're really kind of looking at maybe their techniques, because you're trying to look at it because
like in the beginning of a game, if I'm all in your grill, now I just changed your whole mindset of how you're about to get ready to play.
Yeah. Right.
So if I'm all in your grill, you like, oh my God, this dude is all in my grill. So. Now I gotta go out here and go get some buckets, and then I gotta go play defense against him.
Like in my golden day. Look, hey y'all, I got a mismatch.
That's what I'm saying off rip.
For sure.
Come right here.
So that's your technique. Come right here. I gotta get
already talking. He's 6'8", talking about what?
For sure.
Especially if I know that I can really serve.
Yeah.
What? Come right here. First play, come right here.
For sure, yeah.
Clear out. Everybody stand on the other side of the court, and that's what I actually like about
ISO.
the rules. Yeah, like VBL does it, and it's like they have kind of like NBA rules where you can't just help and stand in the lane.
Yeah, that's one rule that they took from the NBA, where you have to be guarding the player.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There is no
you can't just be sitting in the paint. And then they brought this year.
They got the ISO
card where you can be able to put everybody on one side, and you're on the island. Just me and you.
Yeah, and you
can. So you just got to be able to do your best job. See me, I love it when somebody do that against me, because
you got defense.
Now it's me and you.
Yeah. Look here,
let's see what you're gonna do.
I just want to tell you something. One ISO card, and that's the last damn ISO card. Because first of all, we don't play that on this side on P4E. We just don't. Like, there's dudes that really play defense.
Yeah.
So you rarely get somebody that's really just going I'm a ISO this team. Usually they have to do it in like a team concept, or unless not the whole team is there or something like that.
Right.
Like there's no real I'm gonna ISO you the whole game.
As a P4E family, we take pride in what we do.
Absolutely.
On the daily.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We take pride in what we do, and we love what we do together, and that's what makes us a good team.
What's next, man?
As far
as basketball.
Like I said, I'm trying to elevate, trying to go overseas.
You're gonna get in some tennis shoes.
Is your
and some flip flops.
You got another season coming up at Trade Tech?
Yeah, so the next season will be my last season, obviously.
What we playing? 3, 2, 1?
They want me to play the 1, which I have no problem with. Last year I played the 2, so it's...
So if you playing the 1, are you shooting?
Oh yeah, I'm shooting.
Oh, so because I'm just saying, because a lot of ones, certain coaches don't.
They want to see. That's what it was. So look, last season I played the 2, but our coach was like, "We're throwing everything down to like every play was thrown to the big."
Okay.
So
inside
anytime it touched right here, it's flying, flying, because we know once it go down there, he's not a willing passer, so it ain't coming. So you got to create. So everybody had to work so much harder.
Oh yeah.
To accommodate what was going on. Because don't get me wrong.
So they doubling,
tripling, quadrupling,
and that means you got 3 players open, 2 players open, and he ain't passing it out.
Still shooting it.
What about the free throw line? Is he making it?
He might watch
more times than not. I say that because I'm not going to disregard it. That man, he could play.
Yeah.
Special. I think he's about to go to a JUCO out in Texas and then go to Arkansas State the year after. He got game. It's just he doesn't necessarily
court vision.
Right. Yeah. So
maybe more of the IQ.
Maybe more of the IQ. So and then on top of that, it's the coaching philosophy. So it's we want the ball down.
Yeah, he fits the philosophy.
Right.
Of the game.
So he's like, well, he don't want me to pass it really because I'm already right here.
Wow.
And we are like
closest to the basket.
Exactly. Wow. That's kind of like the mentality that it was. So this season we got a new coach to where it's guard friendly. So it don't matter if you're a 1, 2, or 3. Everybody about to get shots up.
Yeah.
And he already looked at me and told
a lot more transitional basketball.
Exactly. Yeah. And more importantly, we're gonna play more defense because last season we played zone, and if you don't know nothing about basketball,
you play in the zone because you got a big that probably so it's 4-on-1. So that means your big probably can't play.
But if
1-on-1.
But if you can't play defense, you're not gonna win. So it don't matter.
Well, it's a difference being transitioning from a 2 to a 1 because I know because when I was playing at Compton, it was transition. I played the 2, but then at the same time, I had my sophomore year, I had to play the 1.
Right.
But that was only due to the fact we didn't have really a lot of ball handlers.
Okay.
So you see how you was put into position because you could control the tempo of the game as a 1.
It helped me in the long run because
your 2 was your shooter though, right?
Right.
I got to take this because I promised the sports highlights. So I'm gonna go to the sports highlights. Yeah, we haven't taken no breaks. We been going straight in. That's cool. Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm good with that. So, huh? Go ahead. Yeah. So I got to do the sports highlights. So we're gonna definitely do the sports highlights for my man Double R. Shouts out to Double R. We did this morning. So my man is
Let's
good.
See what's happening.
Want to get on?
Double R. Shout us out. What's the count, man? Take it.
Thanks, Faran. This sports week has been a week full of tears for many different reasons. The first set of tears that were shed for those of the untimely, unexpected death of Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs at the age of 27, a mere 2 weeks away from his 28th birthday. A memorial has formed in front of Angel Stadium, and the Angels will be returning on Friday and will more than likely have a very emotional tribute ready for him when they come home. Talking about coming home, oh my gosh, we all knew the Inland Empire's own Kawhi Leonard was going to sign with one of the teams in LA, but which one? The Lakers thought that they had him, but out of nowhere came the Clippers, and they signed Kawhi Leonard to a max deal. Not only that, but they brought Paul George in for the ride. He shocked us all, didn't he? And there was some shocking moments in Wimbledon this past week as Venus Williams, the tennis legend, lost to a kid. Literally, 15-year-old Corey Coco Gage took out her hero in the tournament and broke into tears instantly after that. Going from a kid dethroning a queen in her sport to a man and a woman continuing the reign over theirs as Miko Sudo and Joey Chestnut are still the hot dog eating champions. Miko Sudo took down 31 hot dogs in 10 minutes as Joey Chestnut did an unbelievable 71 hot dogs in 10 minutes to retain their mustard belts yet again. And there were belts on the line at UFC 239 this past weekend, but none of them changed hands as John Bones Jones took out Thiago Santos in 5 rounds. Amanda Nunes knocked out Holly Holm in one round. And as cool as that is, the headlines were made when Jorge Masvidal knocked out Ben Askren with a flying knee in a mere 5 seconds, which is a record-breaking pace for the UFC. It took a little bit longer than that for our women to claim what was rightfully theirs. As Team USA women win the World Cup tournament, they are now back-to-back World Cup champions. Congratulations, ladies. And congratulations to Megan Rapinoe on getting a little extra hardware as she was voted the MVP. The hardware is going to be continuing to fly tonight at the Home Run Derby as 8 of MLB's best will be battling it out and smashing it out of the stadium, as names like Vladimir Guerrero, Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Chapman, and more will be going at it to see who will be this year's home run king. All I know is the balls are going to be flying out of Cleveland tonight. And tomorrow night, we're going to go from balls flying out to stars shining bright as the official MLB All-Star Game will be taking place as the American League takes on the National League's best, just for bragging rights for 2019. Who's going to get those bragging rights? We'll have to wait and find out. But all I do know for sure is that the stars will be shining bright in Ohio tomorrow night. For Sports Collective Media, I'm Double R. Back to you, Ferran.
Yo, shout us out. Shout us out. What's the count? That's the highlights for my man Double R. Man, we appreciate you. How you fellas like that?
Man, I love that.
I like
love
that.
That was good. That was good.
like that.
We're going to improve it. We're going to improve it. Cool. So we got a few more minutes. Wes, what you wanna?
Oh man, shout out to Sports Collective, man. Give me an opportunity out here, man, and
I really appreciate
just
y'all.
let me tell my story and getting other guys out here to express themselves and what they going through, and hoping they get their hoop dreams too. So
shout us out. What you got to say about P4E, man? What do you want Don to know?
Don, I appreciate you. I tell you this all the time in person.
Does he wear
in text.
flip-flops all the time? No, I'm joking.
Don too. Don wear flip-flops all the time too.
That's what I'm saying, Don.
But he's smooth like the other side of the pillow though. So how Don is.
Every time I see Don,
Don's
it's like,
smooth like the other side of the
going on?
He on incense.
Yeah,
Don, what's up?
Yeah, I tell
Man,
Don.
shout out to my man Don,
really
man.
appreciate you. Like he welcomed me open arms.
I repped him at the Staples Center this weekend, P4E. People was
Oh man, we appreciate you. We appreciate
come
you.
on, man.
Yeah, Don is the coolest.
That's my
for
light skinned
sure.
partner.
Yeah, he's dope.
Oh
He's
yeah,
dope.
yes
He's dope.
he is.
Don for sure the coolest. Like he just so open and he welcomes everybody in and then gives you like that common sense. Like he's never like outside of his own presence. Like he's just, I'm Don. I'm just going to chill.
Because he has a story, and it's just funny how his story is relatable to you guys.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what's. I mean, if you look at any.
I cried when he told me his story. I cried because I almost was just in tears because of you never know what a person had been through. You know what I'm saying? And it was different when he told me about what he'd been through. And
I think that's really.
It was just so relatable.
That's the heart and nuts and bolts of all you guys being so cohesive because it's relatable. Everything he's been through, he can relate to you guys. You guys are trying to make transition. He's making transition. Right. So
and the prayer before and after the game.
Oh, that's love it. I love it.
You already know how Don get out.
What you think about that?
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
Like because it gives a family sense, and it's just like you said, it's relatable. Like it's at the house, then I go out,
and it gets your mental back into where you're supposed to be at. In your daily form.
And prayer is about a village of people helping you get through things, and that's what's important too.
Well, on that note, I appreciate everybody for coming out, man. Thank you,
Flo.
Man, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it.
I'm looking forward for Don being in the Drew League, so that's what I'm looking for.
Hello.
We'll be there next year.
That's what I'm looking for.
Shout out to my man Don.
Hello.
Yes,
We need that.
You'll see us next year, y'all.
That's what I'm looking for, Don. I'm looking for the Drew League. So shout us out. What's the count? Sports Collective TV, Instagram, Facebook, Sports Collective Media. Shout us out. What's the count? Shout out to Fredo out there.
Shout out to Fredo.
All right,
Lake
cool.
Show.
We out. Peace.
Cali Sportsman, WDC is now on your radio. Coming live from the Bay, yeah, that way. They talk sports all day, LA. Dropping knowledge, high school, college, trying to score, play by play. NFL, NBA, NHL, that's right.